friends, it's Rachel. In this video we are working with Target items. Some are from the dollar spot and some like this one are not. So let's go ahead and get started. We got a lot of fun craft items to be working with and I'm really excited about today's lineup. The first thing that I have to get done, that I'm really thrilled about getting done, and in fact all of these items that you will see in this video, you would have already seen it in my craft haul that I posted a little while ago. So we're going to be crafting with most of those items in this video. The first one are these plastic envelopes. I'm really excited about them because I love the colors. Let's face it, they're really pretty. As I mentioned in my craft haul when I was showing you guys this, I've learned that I made a video I think last year and I did a plastic container and I thought that's where I was going to put all of my vinyl for my videos, and I learned that that's just not how I like to craft, and I like to use these plastic envelopes to put my vinyl in to store it, because sometimes I'll cut out the vinyl and then I will I will store them and then craft with it the following weekend, because I only can create my videos on the weekend. I found these envelopes in the office supply area and these colors are just right up my alley, and I thought it would be great to put all the vinyl crafts that I am currently going to craft with at some point in these plastic envelopes. And so I just have them labeled as video number 1, video number 2, and video number 3. I try to try to create 3 videos a weekend. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Other times I do way more. Like this weekend, I probably did 4. This is my 5th video. It just depends on the availability and what's going on during the weekend. My daughter is still pretty young, so we're not really involved in too many things, and so my weekends are free to craft. But anyways, I lately have been storing the vinyl. So like I said, I cut the vinyl usually the weekend before, and then I'll record that following weekend, and usually I just have the vinyl sitting with the item, and I don't like doing that, mainly because it just could fall and I'll lose it, and I just don't like how loose it can be sitting on top of the item. So this is why I think the envelope is such a great way to save that type of issue. So I'm just cutting out my transfer tape, and then I'm going to apply my transfer tape to my vinyl here. Bring in my scraper tool. So as I said before, I'm really excited about today's lineup. I have a gift I got to make for my niece, a couple things for my daughter, and then I think most of it, well, I'd say half of it. Let me cut this apart before I peel it back. It's for organizational purposes. So a lot of good craft items on my table today from Target. Y'all, I'll be honest, I am not a Target shopper. I really never shop there. And then I find myself shopping there more and more because of my channel and how, you know, as a YouTube content creator, we have to stay on trend. So I've been shopping there. I will be honest, most of my stuff is not going to, you know what, I should probably clean this with some rubbing. You know, we just took it out of the plastic. It should be fine. I was thinking about cleaning this with rubbing alcohol, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. All right, so anyways, I don't think I'll still continue shopping there as often as I do other places, but I definitely try to go there when I can and find some really cool items to provide inspiration. Okay, I think that looks good. Scrape that down really good. I'm just using Tech Wrap's vinyl and then peeling that back. Awesome. Perfect. Let's do the other 2. Same thing, rinse and repeat. So we're just going to apply the second vinyl here. lays down really nicely. There we go, video 1, video 2. And there we go, we got the 3 folders, pretty easy. I think they turned out really pretty, and I really am glad that I was able to now do this. All right, let's go ahead and get into the next craft. All right, the first one that is up for today's craft is this jewelry box. If you guys seen my Target haul and Hobby Lobby haul, you would have seen this. So I am making a little label for my niece's birthday. So it's just a little jewelry box that's in here. So it has a little pouch, and she can hang some of her jewelry here, and rings, and a bunch of little knickknacks there. So there's a pouch here, and then there's another one down here. Let me open it up. Here we go. So here's a little tag. It was near the accessories area, and I thought it was super cute. So this is why I'm going to give it to her. Now, she doesn't have any earrings, but eventually I would imagine she will, and then she can put her little earrings here. So let me get that zipped up. Now I gotta figure out which way I want it to be top. I think I want this to be top, because when she opens it, then it's gonna be, yeah. So let's do that. All right, so let's move that to the side, and then we'll get my little weeding tool out. All right, so I'm using gold foil. And I just spelled out her name, and then what I did here, and you'll see it here in a moment, but I did a little diamond that's kind of hanging off of the letter Y. I just united the 2 together, and I thought it would look super cute with this design. And yeah, so I just found it in Design Space. In fact, the ring and the font is Design Space, so which is kind of nice. That way you don't have to go out and purchase the font if you like it. It's already in Design Space. Now I don't know if you're not a Cricut Access member, I don't know if it's free. That's one thing though, I will tell you. Okay, so I'm just trying to get these little intricate middles out of the diamond here. They're really tiny, but you know what? It's actually weeding out really nicely, so you can't really complain too much about that. Okay, this one spoke too soon. This one's being a little bit of a stinker. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this off of the rest of the design here, so that way it doesn't accidentally get ironed on. All right, perfect. Throw that away. All right, let's bring this in. I'm going to go ahead and lint roll this just to make sure there's no dust or anything like that. I'm going to bring in some parchment paper because I'm going to protect this faux leather. And here we go. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so pretty. I am so excited. I don't know if I want to admit this, but the placement of this diamond ring, oh my goodness, I spent probably longer than I'm willing to admit. I don't know. It seemed like it took me 15 minutes. Just when I thought it would look good there, I changed it, and then I was like, no, that looks terrible. Oh no, I got this completely crooked. And then I went ahead and replaced it, and then so when I did, I think I got this over too far. Let me measure this. But anyways, so yeah, it was going back and forth of trying to figure out the placement of this little diamond ring. And I don't know, the perfectionist in me was just not having it. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I definitely have this over too far. I think that's good. But anyway, I got a lot of fun items from the Target that we'll be crafting with. I'm actually anxious to get that done. I'm using medium. I probably should do low. I might just let this cool down for a minute because I'm worried about it burning the faux leather. So I'm going to turn it down to the lowest setting, and if I need to bump it up, I can. And again, I just want to protect my leather here, so this is why I have this parchment paper. I should be fine, but I just don't want to run the risk. But anyway, so I found quite a bit of, I'm just going to start doing it, quite a bit of items for my craft room and for my office. at work. In fact, I think the next, not the next one, yeah, the next one is going to go to my office. And again, you've seen all these items if you watched my craft haul video that I posted a couple of weeks ago. Alright, just go ahead and move the iron around as meant to be moved, so you just want to keep constant movement. And then you really want to hit those areas. Now with the gold foil, you want to make sure it really adheres on there. So that way when you peel up the liner, you don't wrinkle the foil. So you want to make sure that it's kind of a delicacy when you're doing foil iron-on. I think this is cooled down enough, and then I can peel this up. I'm going to just go really slowly peeling this up because I don't want it to ruin my foil. And do I see any lifting? So far I don't see any lifting. Again, I'm going very slowly. So, okay, the low setting worked really well for this project. That turned out so pretty. I love it. Oh my goodness. Oh, I can't wait for her to have it. What do you guys think? The next craft, again, that's not a, there's two, I think, yeah, there's two more projects that are not from the Bullseye Playground, so we're going to get those done first, and then we'll move into the rest of the Target dollar spot items. Here we have a nice dry erase desktop easel, and again, this is going to be for my work. Now, if you watched my last Target video, I had a dry erase easel as well, but that is for my craft room. And if you haven't watched that video, oh my goodness, that was one of my favorite videos that I did in a long time. I mean, I like all my videos, but this one was really, it was a really good video. But anyway, so this just is going to sit up like this. It's going to sit on my desk so I can leave notes. I know it's kind of hard for you to see. It has that little easel in the back. And, oops, sorry, that was my phone. Then we have a dry erase marker, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that to the side, and let's get this weeded out. Oh my goodness, my phone is going off like crazy. Alright, so I just wrote down the department name that I am currently the department head of, which is Drafting Technology. And so I thought that would be appropriate to put on top instead of, you know, notes or something. I don't know. Just thought it would be cute to put the name of my program on this dry erase marker. And if I end up not like, or board, and if I end up not liking it, I can always take it off and put something else on there. I believe I found this dry erase board in the office supply area. Let me get this off my finger, and then we'll get this thrown away and we'll get it transferred. I have this little spare piece of transfer tape, so what I'll do is I'll just get this cut down to size. I don't think I knew how long it was. Okay. I think I might have cut it a little bit too long. Alright, oops. And then we'll get this on. So for those who don't know what drafting is, it's just a fancy term for drawing. In fact, the program Drafting Technology is going through a bit of a name change just because drafting is kind of an old terminology. I mean, to me, it's pretty relevant, but I will admit today students don't know what drafting is, never heard of it, and so we just call anyone that is not like an architect or an engineer of any sorts and just works on the drawings, they're considered drafters, and they just work on drawings. They're not designers. I'm going to move that out of the side right over here. But anyway, I'm going to scrape that down a little bit better. So, you know, before I started teaching at a local college, I worked as a drafter for an architect. So I worked for an architect. He would be the designer, which requires a different set of education, and then I would, you know, he would either design it, and then I would what's called CAD it in, which means draw it into the computer. CAD stands for computer aided drafting or drawing, and that is what, so anyways, we didn't do any of the design work. We just focused on just the drawing. And of course, like if he or she needs the drawing to be fixed, we would be the ones to fix it. And you know, it does require some education, I will tell you that. I'm actually going to go ahead and I think I'm going to stand this up. I know that's just not beneficial to you guys, but for me, it's just going to be a little bit easier. So I think you guys can kind of see. I wonder how far this extends back. Okay, well, that's too far. Oh no. I wonder if you can tighten this. Just a little bit. Oh. No. It's my glass mat that's making it slide. So, but anyway, so that is what we do. So we teach our students how to draw on the computer. We teach them the fundamentals of architecture and mechanical drafting. You know, this is just going to have to go down because this is going to slide on my glass mat. And then I'll just peel this back. There we go. And then I also have some magnets. Let me bring those over. All right, so here are the magnets that I bought from the same area. I thought these were really different and fun and just out of the norm. And then let me see if I can get them open because I kind of want to see how they work. Not so much how they work. I mean, I get how they work, but it's more so I want to see what they look like on here. Gosh, you would think these were like, I don't know why they make these things so hard to open up. It's like, come on now, who's stealing these? Oh, look it, you can make some really cool designs with them. How neat. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. I might have to try to make that heart. Oh, there you go. All right, so let's attempt to make a heart real quick. So we got this piece, and then we got this piece. Okay, and then we got this diamond piece that's going to fit in such a so, and then we're going to get this. So, you know, I guess if I'm bored at work, I can figure out what kind of shapes I make, right? Just kidding. Who has time for that, right? And then we have, oh my goodness, how fun. So when I don't have any notes, I could just make this super cute heart and leave it like that. And then when I have a note, I can just simply, let's see here, where do I have that I can put? All right, so here's my notes, right? I wouldn't want something this big, but you just go like that and you are good to go. Oh my goodness, how neat is that? I love it. So this is just gonna sit in my office and I can write little notes using the dry erase marker. Let's see if I can get that out. Oh, and then even a little magnetic thing too. Well, that's pretty awesome. Awesome. There you go. All right, let's move into the last craft item that is not from the dollar spot, and then we'll get into the dollar spot items. So while I was perusing the office supply area, I came across this little desktop organizer, and I really do like it. They had this color, and then they also had, I believe, oh my goodness, they had like a dark brownish color, grayish color maybe, and I really like this because I like this for my craft room, but I'm also going to use this if I do craft shows. It'd be kind of cute to put little knickknacks that I will be selling. So I thought it would be really cute to go ahead and put my company name of Daily Creations. So let me get that all weeded out. Again, using that gold foil. I just think gold foil is so pretty with this cream color. I don't know, let me know what you think. I thought about maybe doing like a pink, but I don't know, just kind of really liking I haven't really used a whole lot of gold foil. Even gold glitter would be really pretty, especially when it hits that light just right. But let me know what other color would you put on here. Maybe like a navy blue. Oh, that would be really pretty. I mean, I love pink and navy blue. Obviously, you guys seen that on my channel banner. So it's definitely a fan favorite of mine. Okay, so putting that on, actually let me preheat this, and I have it on the low setting. It's a little dirty. I'm gonna just see if I can get that cleaned, but all right. Bringing in my vinyl here. I'm gonna try to get this centered as possible and straight. Lately I've been doing a really bad job of that, and so I'm trying to be a little bit better about centering things. Alright, I had to put it down because there's a nice glare and it was hard for me to see. Same concept as before. You want to make sure that you have this completely ironed on, so that way when you peel it up, it will be, I don't know why it's looking super crooked to me. I think it's going to be too late anyways. And it's slightly, it's like literally a 16th. All right. For some reason, it was just not looking right to me. You know, I think it's that liner that's crooked. It's cut really badly. I think that's what's going on. It's really messing with my eye, because you can see how it's just not straight. This is why I always opt to use my paper trimmer when I'm cutting my vinyl, because it really does mess with my eye. Let me see if I can get this peeled up. Oh, yep, see, it's not quite ready. It is in some areas. I'm going to hit that with the heat press a little bit more. And I think this is the last iron-on project, so I can turn off my heat press when I'm done, and then the rest are vinyl crafts. Okay, now let's try this again. Again, monitor everything, making sure there are no lifting pieces of vinyl. And there we go, it laid down really nicely. So I just had to hit the heat press a little bit more, but overall it turned out super cute. So these are the only 3 items that were not on the dollar spot. So let's move into the next set of crafts, which are all from the dollar spot. And we'll start off with a really fun craft. So I found this lap desk for my daughter, and it has this little detachable pillow, so in case it gets dirty, you can always wash it. And I just found a cute little design for it. Let me get that all cut off. And look at it, it's Velcro, so you can take that off, which is kind of cool. And let me clean this with some rubbing alcohol. Just gonna clean off the whole thing, although the design is just gonna go in the lower right corner. So that way it has time to dry while we are crafting. And then move that to the side, and then I will get out my weeding tool. Let me see here. Okay, looks like I have a little bit of a bubble going on, but I think it will fix that once I weed out. Okay, I should have done more pressure. This is Tech Wrap's vinyl, and I swear sometimes you just got to do more pressure on some of their vinyl. Not all of it, just some of it. Their specialty vinyl. And let me see if I can get that. Oh goodness. Okay. I'm looking at the design to see what I need to do. Alright, there we go. Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness. I just laid back down. Oh my goodness. Let's try that again. I think what I'll do is I'll just cut this, that way I'm focusing on one area instead of both sides of the vinyl. There we go, that's much better. It's funny, oh, did I? No, I didn't, okay. I was prepping for this video while my daughter was awake, and I was getting out this vinyl to cut it, and she grabbed it and she's like, you got, because she wanted this tumbler that you'll see here in a little bit. But anyways, so I wasn't working on that. I obviously was working on this one, and she goes, is this for me? And I said, yeah, Mommy's got to design something for you. And she was so excited. So I can't wait to give this to her in the morning time. You guys, sorry, there is some fireworks being shot off in my neighborhood. They did warn us on our community page, but I didn't think they were going to start this late. I mean, it's not super late. It's only like 9 something, but goodness, it's been dark time for a while now. Couldn't they have done that earlier? So if you guys hear it, I apologize. It's funny, the last video, I think it was the last video that I did, that was dollar spot items, or Target items, I should say. I think they're all dollar spot items except for one. It was the 4th of July, and I had to do a little bit of a trigger warning for those who have PTSD and are sensitive to that sound, because you can hear it in the video. But now I'm doing Target dollar spot items again, and here we are again. So I swear I'm not, it's literally August 17th right now, so it's not exactly 4th of July. And I mentioned in that video, if you watched it, that they do fireworks all year round. I swear. They said it's going to last for 30 minutes, so maybe this is my sign to take a good crafty break and come back when they're done. I think this is going to be large enough. Might have to do some overlaps, and that's fine. So I'm going to peel this back. And I'm going to trim this part off, and then I'm going to overlay that with a piece that of where the vinyl is exposed. Alright, let's get that scraped down. Now I'm using Techfab's transfer tape because I do find with this type of vinyl, like their regular matte vinyls, I could use any transfer tape, but the specialty vinyls, their transfer tape works the best for it. It really does transfer really well. Okay, perfect. And then bring this over, making sure I have it the right way. And then I'm just going to put this little guy right here. You know what? I just realized, I think there's a little part I need to weed out with the eyes. So I'll get that. Let me see. Oops. Let me see if I can get that weeded out. Got 2 areas. You know what? It might just be easier if I just weed it out from this. I don't think it will scrape it. If it does, we'll just leave it the way it is. I'm not too worried about it. All right, I'm going to put the bottom here and bottom right corner. Then get that transferred. Okay. Perfect. And then I'm going to see, so you can see how pretty that is. I'm going to see if I can get this weeded out. I'm going to be really careful because I don't want to obviously scratch this. And I think there's just the 2 dots there. So yeah, it was a little easier than to reverse weed it. But oh my goodness, look how cute that is. I think she'll really like it. We'll just put her little tablet here, and then she could use this for road trips or, you know, just sitting on the couch and watching her tablet, whatever she wants to do. All right, let's move on to the next craft project. So I found this magnetic storage bin, and I think it was the I think this was the $3. Doesn't say. Let's go ahead and get some rubbing alcohol, and I'm going to use this for our refrigerator. Sometimes we're looking for something to write, and I thought to write with or to write on, so I thought it'd be a cute idea to put this on the refrigerator and then just put daily notes, kind of play on my last name, and in this really pretty pink color. Then I found this design, this notepad and pencil. Get that weed it out. Oops. Awesome. Very good. And then get the middles. Oh my goodness, sorry. I'm trying to stop in between each time they shoot off the fireworks, but that one surprised me because they were just shooting off a bunch of fireworks, and I paused right when I was trying to weed out this pencil, and then I guess they weren't done. So a little bit more. Hopefully they'll be done soon. Okay, I'm going to use this transfer tape from earlier. I'll get that scraped down. I'm going to peel this back. Looks like I need to scrape that down more. And approach it from this direction. Okay. Then I'm just going to put it on here. Okay, got it on there. Let's go ahead and scrape that. Now, when I went there, they only had this mint green one, so I don't know. This was like probably, I think this is like maybe for your locker, and so I don't know if they had other colors and it was just picked over, but I think that's going to be too small. That is going to be too small. All right. So anyway, hopefully you guys have other colors. I really wanted a different set of colors, or I really wanted a different color than this green one. It doesn't really fit in with my style, but I did like the idea of it. And then let me get that done. Just overlaying it so that we don't have to cut another piece of transfer tape. As long as you overlay them, you can put two separate, or you can use two separate pieces of transfer tape. I do that a lot. If you're just starting out, it's not something I would recommend, because if you don't line the grids really well, then it becomes a little hard. Okay. And I mean hard in the sense of, I'm going to put it this way, in the sense of just aligning it and everything. Okay, that looks good. Peel that up. Oops, there we go. And then make sure this is good. There we go. So then you could just, you can use this for your craft room, put it on your craft cart. That would be a good idea. You could just put your tools in there, right? But, again, this is going to go on my refrigerator and be part of that. All right, let's move on. I found this tumbler there, and I really thought this was super adorable. And my daughter was in my craft room, and she saw this tumbler, and she knows it's going to go to her, and she was wanting to take, and I said, no, Mommy still needs it. She's like, you still got to design it? And I said, yep, I still have to design it, which I thought that was so cute. So she's kind of learning what I'm doing in the craft room, and that's so exciting. I can't wait for her to get a little bit older, and I have a machine I can let her have, and she can do her own crafts, so I can't wait for that to happen. But I just found this smiley face, I think in Design Space, and we're just going to put that on there, and I think she'll really like that. I'm going to use Tech Wrap's transfer tape, because once again, this is Tech Wrap paper, or not paper, but vinyl, and again, I think it just works best if you use their product on this type of vinyl. It is that kind of that shimmery vinyl, and not shimmery, but like textured. So I did use the texture setting in Cricut Design Space, and it cut out just fine. I actually thought it weeded really well. Okay. Haven't heard the fireworks being shot off, so hopefully they're done for the night. Oh my goodness, it's really stayed on it. And let's go ahead. Oh, my ring. It's falling everywhere. Just put some lotion on and wants to move around on me. See? Perfect. Then what we should probably do is put some rubbing alcohol on there. 1 second. Bring that in. Alright. Looks like I still have some of that stickiness on there. Trying to get that cleaned off. Let me find a better area. Okay. Perfect. We'll let that dry off for a second, and then we'll apply the little smiley face. This kind of reminds me of the Walmart smiley face. Actually, it came with 2 layers. I had a circle and then the smiley face. So I just took out the circle and just had a smiley face. So we'll just put this on here. I guess it really doesn't matter where it goes, right? Just put it on there. Oops. Okay, and it just lays down perfectly. Now, before any type of drinkware that you put vinyl on, you're going to want to make sure that you let it cure for 48 hours before you wash it. That way it has time for that vinyl to set onto your tumbler or your cup or whatever you're putting it on. Oh my gosh, that is super sticky. There we go. Simple and easy. I don't know if you guys can see the little shimmer on there. Absolutely love it. Okay, let's move on. We are down to our final 3 projects. We have these 2, and then we have 1 more. And yeah, then we're done. A lot of good finds this time around. When I went there, so this was a couple of weeks when I went shopping, I don't know, probably like 3 weeks ago, and then I went back there this weekend, and they're really just the same thing. I was hoping some of their fall stuff would be in there in the dollar spot, but there wasn't. But anyways, oh, you know what, I forgot to even tell you what I'm crafting. So I found these food containers, and one's for a sandwich and then one's a bowl, which I really like because sometimes I don't have any bowls at work, and I don't have a lot of space to be storing regular size bowls, so I like the fact that this condenses. So I thought that was pretty cool. So one is actually going to be for my daughter, because sometimes like she'll not finish her sandwich, and I like the fact that she can eat it later. And I like how small this is. Now this is a silicone top. I don't know how well the vinyl's going to stick on here, but we're going to go ahead and give it a try anyways. Okay, so this one's going to me, and then this one is going to my daughter. Really anyone can use it. My husband has a sandwich, he can take it. I have a sandwich, he can take it. Oh, this is really pretty playful for adults, though, I will say that. This would be better geared towards children, this design. Again, this came from Design Space. So anytime in my description box that I take images from Design Space, I put a pound symbol or hashtag symbol, whatever you want to call it, in the description box, so that way you know that you need to add that pound symbol, or you're not going to be able to find it in Design Space. It needs it, unless it's changed. I haven't really searched for an item using the item number, so it could have changed, and I don't know, since all these updates, you guys, who's using Cricut Design Space? I mean, oh my goodness, it's been a nightmare lately. My Cricut and I have been through a lover's spat last weekend. Let me tell you, I was prepping for a video. I need a bigger piece. Let me do this one first. So I was prepping for a video. I'm going to piece these together because we're almost done. And I can't tell you, I was having issues, so I would load it. Oh my goodness, this is terrible. I got that on there super crooked. Alright, you know what, I'm just going to use a larger piece of paper, or at least a larger transfer tape, I should say. There we go. But anyways, I would load the design, or load the mat, and then it would just it would sometimes, most of the time, it would finish the design and then it would not unload my mat, and I was getting so frustrated. So literally I had to turn it off every single time, like turn off the machine and turn it back on, and then would unload my mat. And then it got to the point where it would stop mid-cut, and I was so mad because I was working on you guys, I gotta speak to this. I've been frustrated this whole video. So I bought these nail polishes from CVS Pharmacy. In fact, this one was from Amazon, and I painted my nails before we started. I let them dry, but they're not dry because like every time I hit it, it just makes a mark on my nail polish. And I took a break for a second and ran it through some cold water. Usually applying cold water helps cure your nail polish, but yeah, it didn't. So I've been I actually stopped mid-video to repaint some of my nails because it was getting so bad. And that's one thing about this nail polish I don't like, but other than that, it's a good nail polish. So anyway, yeah, so the whole thing of why I'm speaking to this is about my machine. I was working on this, the last thing, and I worked like the night before. I worked till 4 in the morning, and I finally gave up, so I continued the next day to cut my stuff for the video that I made this weekend actually. And you guys, the last piece of vinyl I needed to cut, it would not cut all the way through. I cleared the cache, and finally I was like, you know what, if it cuts, or if it stops the cut again, and it was a pretty large cut too, and I said, if it stops, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. So it did stop, and I just went ahead and uninstalled the software and reinstalled it, and then I finished it this weekend and it worked just fine. And I'm just over Cricut and their abilities to run and operate the software. It just is constant problems that has been driving me nuts. Like every time I feel like I load up Design Space, there's an update, and it's just like, can we just like do better and not have these constant updates? It's so frustrating. Okay, there we go. I love it. And then you just open it up. You can even use this for your craft room, so that way you can just use it as a storage option. And there we go. And it did say, let me bring that back up here, it is food safe, dishwasher safe, microwave safe, open lid, not for liquid use. Okay, well, here we go. Love it. Small little thing, and you just, oh, I gotta open that lid up and close it. All right, that one is done. Let's get this one on here. This cute little sandwich sign. And I think we'll just we'll just do 2 pieces of this. All right, I think the fireworks have finally stopped, which that's fantastic, but we are also almost done with this video, so perfect timing. Oh my goodness, did I not go far enough? Oh, nope, I didn't. Let's see if I can use this piece right here. Boom, there we go. All right, scraping that down. Now again, I don't know how well it's going to stick on there, so we will sure give it a good old try and see how it works. All right, bringing this in. Okay. We'll just be a little playful with this. All right, let's open this up, and then that way I can flatten it and really get that scraped down. This definitely will need to be hand washed now that I put the vinyl on there. Really anything that you put vinyl on that's food safe, you need a hand wash. I tend to not do that on everything just because I have a Cricut, and yeah, this is not going to stay on here. Oh, darn. Okay, let me see if I can try. Okay. So far stayed on there. It just needs a little bit more encouragement, I suppose. All right. I don't know if this is going to stand the test of time. Okay, got it, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to let this cure and let it sit in my craft room for a little bit. I'm probably going to have to end up taking this up. I don't think it's going to stay on there, but at least now you know. If you're committed to adding something, you can add something super small here, which that'd be super tiny, or you could take something off, or you could take this tag off and then put something on the back of it. If you have, for example, if you have a lot of kids, or if you and your family have, want to have lunch boxes, instead of using Ziploc bags, you all can put your name on the back of this so you all know which one is yours when you put it in the refrigerator. So that's always a possibility. That would be a really good idea. So that way the kid just got to look it up and say, oh, that's mine. I'm taking that to my school or work or whatever. So, all right. Well, this is the last, no, I'm sorry. We got one more. Let's bring that in and get this done. Here's the last one, and I did a similar one. Let me actually move this here. I did a similar one in my last Target video, and I put foam tape on there. Well, since then, actually I don't even clean that. Since then, I have decided where it's going to be placed, so I don't need to add a label at the top. If you remember for that video, I added a label at the top, and then I added a label here because I wasn't sure how this was going to get stored. Well, this is going to sit right underneath it. Now that one's a little different. It's a little bit wide, or a little bit taller. This one you can lift this way, or you can pull it out that way. And this is going to sit right on top of that foam tape one that I did. And again, go ahead and take a look at that video. A lot of fun crafts that we did. And so I am going to put embossing powders in here. I did another craft haul video where I showed you guys a Hobby Lobby haul that I did when they marked down like all of their paper craft videos, or paper craft items. And so I bought a lot of embossing powder for like ridiculously cheap, and I need a place to put it. In fact, I have more embossing powder in my storage down here in my house, or in my store in another room, and I really want to see if I can fit all of them. So we'll get this organized as soon as I get this weeded and transferred, so you can see the embossing powder that I got if you haven't catched that video. Easy peasy. All right. That's why I love this one. It's so easy to weed. So I'm going to show you all something, and oh my goodness, you guys. Not a dollar spot item, but it is a Target item, and I posted a picture of it in my community post. And I said, who's excited to see what's in these boxes? I'm going to show you guys, but I got to do it off camera because you guys already seen me do it, and it would be really boring for you guys to watch me again. And I'll tell you what that is. So I bought these boxes, these wooden boxes for my craft room, and I currently use these pink baskets, these weaved baskets from Hobby Lobby, and I just no longer like them. They just are no longer my vibe, so I'm actually going to give most of them to my sister so she can use them in her craft room, and then the rest I'm keeping for my daughter's room for her stuff. And I'm using these wooden boxes, and I was thinking I was going to have to label each box, and so therefore it was going to be in this video, but then I realized these tags that I'm using, that I'm currently using for the pink baskets, work just fine, and therefore I don't have to label the boxes. But now that I've kind of changed the font style for this craft room, I decided that I got to redo all these tags. And if you guys watched my videos throughout the summer, you would have seen me do these tags. I'm not going to, sorry you guys can't see it, but it's just going to be easier for me to do it this way. But I'm not going to do it, bring it to my channel. And I just realized I'm missing a dot to my eye. And then once I get, and I got to reorganize some of these bins. So this is why it's going to take me a while, and I got other priorities I got to do, but I got to reorganize what I have in these little bins in my craft room. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, watch my craft room tour. I did it earlier this year, and a lot of it's changed. Like, for example, I got a new table, and but the gist of it is still the same. Yeah, I don't have it, darn it. I don't even know where it went. Where's that little stinking dot? Well, okay, it is what it is. Alright, I might just have to cut that out because that's going to bother me that I don't have that little dot. I ended up having to take it off so I can get that on there really good. Yeah, see, I'm missing that little dot. I'm going to have to recut that. So there you go. And I was thinking when I took this out, if you wanted to, you can just take this drawer out and just put stuff in there that you want to slide in and out, so you don't have to worry about this drawer. So that's always an option. So it just says embossing powder. Let me bring in my embossing powder and we'll get that organized. Bring in my embossing powder. So we got that one. And if you want to see what these are and the names of them, you can just simply go to that video where I did my Hobby Lobby haul, and it will give you, I did give the names of the embossing powder. Alright, looks like this is not going to fit all the embossing powder that I have, just the ones that I bought just recently. And that's fine, and I can always rotate them out. But there we go. Oh, no, it doesn't fit. Alright, let's see if I'll have to go out this way. That's okay. Alright. That way. Oh, darn. I was hoping they would stand up. That would be a lot better. Which means I might be able to fit. Nope, I can only fit one more. Okay. Nope, this doesn't fit. Oh, gosh, darn. Oh. Well, that is an entire bummer. I didn't even think about checking to see if this was going to fit. I just kind of assumed it was going to fit. Oh, and I'm off by like 1/8 of an inch. All right, so challenge. I'm going to challenge myself to find a smaller container for my embossing powder. Well, it's pretty full. Now I gotta rethink this whole thing. All right, well, I'm not gonna bore you guys with that. Oh, that's a bummer because I wanted this to be put away. All right, well, we're gonna pretend this fits, but you guys get the concept. Oh, I'm so bummed about that. Now I kind of wish I had a larger size. The foam tape one is a larger size and would fit no problem. All right, well, there it is. I guess we get the concept of what I was trying to achieve. So let's go ahead and bring in everything and we'll take a look at what we did in this video. Well, here they are. Not everything was able to fit in the screen, so I'm going to bring them in one last time. We have this really fun dry erase easel, and I love these magnets. It'd be really cool to come up with some different designs. And then of course we also have, so I guess I spoke to this earlier that I had 3 items that were not from the dollar spot, and I lied. It's actually 4. I forgot that I started this video a week ago and then I was thinking I was starting fresh. I just ran out of time, so my bad. I spoke incorrectly, so bear with me. I can only draft at certain times of the week, which is on the weekends, and I can only get so much done. So anyways, we have this really fun desktop organizer and I absolutely love it. And then of course, so again, not the dollar spot, but Target items, and we have this really pretty jewelry box. I cannot wait to give this to her. In fact, I just sent a picture to her mom, and she's wanting me to make one for her daughter for her birthday, because I guess her kids are in a stage where they want the same as their sister, which is so funny and so cute. That's, you know, that's how girls are, right? But anyways, I am happy to make her daughter one. I would love to, definitely. I mean, I was going to for Christmas anyway, so it works out just fine. And then of course we have these folders, and yeah, I really love these folders. In fact, I was using them this weekend to create videos. Love the colors, right? They're super pretty colors. And then the rest of the items are all from the dollar spot. So we got the two, you guys, I will tell you, I'm gonna have to end up taking this off because it's not gonna work. But if you have multiples of these, just put the name on the back so that way you know who it goes to, so that way you're not opening them up and trying to figure out what sandwich is yours. And then of course we have this one. This one will stay on here. And then we also have our cute little tumbler with some vinyl on there. I love that little shimmer, just is really playful, especially with these dots in the back, and this little notepad and pen holder. So this is going to go on the refrigerator. And then lastly we have our two, which is our embossing powder, which is not going to work, so I got to figure out what I'm going to do with this one, but that's okay. Let me go ahead and just show you guys one last time so you can kind of see what that looks like. And then of course we have our desktop our little desktop pillow. All right, well, which one is my favorite? It is really hard to say which one my favorite one is. I think they all turned out super adorable, but I guess the one I did for my niece is absolutely my favorite one. I think this just turned out perfectly, and I cannot wait to go back and buy some more and do the other ones, and do some more for my nieces. This is such a cute idea. All right, y'all, thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully you gained some inspiration. This was really fun to do. I have actually, little spoiler alert, I do have a video coming up that is all Target items once more. I don't think any of it is the dollar spot. They are just regular Target items, so that will be coming up. In fact, I'm going to be prepping and working on it this weekend, and then hopefully recording it. I'm not sure when that video is going to get posted, if I'm being truthful, because I have a whole lineup, and this was a last minute video, the one that I'm going to be prepping here soon, so stay tuned. There will be another one, just not sure when. All right, thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate your support. I appreciate those who have subscribed, and I do ask for those who are new to my channel that you would hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and leave me a comment. Let me know which one your favorite one is, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.